in Nigeria became more charged when official of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, said the 2023 general elections face the threat of cancellation and postponement due to insecurity in some parts of the country. But the federal government has assured Nigerians that the elections will hold as scheduled. The Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, who gave the assurance in Abuja, said adequate security will be provided to ensure smooth conduct of the polls in the next 44 days. Emeka?
Well, we need to hear that from the National Security Advisor, the Minister of Defense, and the Chief of Defense Staff, because...
No, the Minister of Information is speaking on behalf of the federal government.
He's speaking on, but this is not the first time. The Minister of Information will speak on behalf of the federal government, and something else will play out. So, on the issue of security, we need to hear very well from the horse's mouth. That is the real quarters, the quarters where security management is domiciled.
No,
it's not as if
on behalf of the federal government.
I agree. I'm not trying to downplay his position. But what I'm talking about is that this official of INEC
you want to see a general,
spoke on behalf of
Rabo coming to
well, yes, so that we can hold him to account. Because if there's any breach, is Alhaji Lai Mohammed, is he a general? Is he the chief of defense staff? Is he the Minister of Defense? Is he National Security Advisor? Yes, speaking on behalf of the federal government, but we have had instances where we were told, but this, and this, and this, and at the end of the day, we saw something else. Now, the person who spoke, because one of the things that even made me skeptical was that the person who spoke was said to have represented the chairman of INEC at a function. Yes. But the minister was saying an official of INEC. I mean, how? The man didn't speak of himself. He was representing the chairman of INEC. So what it meant was that he was speaking for the chairman of INEC.
But the INEC chairman has
fine.
Said that
well,
the election will go
they
on.
keep dancing here. In November, we had something like maybe the security threats. By December 17, it was a different tune that the election will not be postponed. Now again, this is January, a different tune. Within 24 hours, a different tune. I think right now, a lot of many voters, millions of Nigerians have not even got their PVCs. And that is a major threat in elections. If you disenfranchise Nigerians by not giving them their PVCs, with all that has been said, the shenanigans allegedly being engaged in by INEC officials is even a major threat to the holding of the election.
We can hold on right there. Let's quickly take this final break. When we come back, we'll talk more. It's still Journalist Hangouts. We'll be right back. It's the final leg of your news and current affairs program, Journalist Hangouts. And we are looking at that. It's a normal thing that we see every 4 years. You know, where insecurity is always adduced to the reason why election might not hold and everything. But when you see the spate of banditry, there's some local government they are not accessible. INEC officials might not be able to get there, and some conduct the election from the IDB camp and everything. But the present situation compared to 2015, if you do a kind of comparative analysis on the security situation then and now?
Yeah, I think Nigeria has always had security challenges. And the good news is that these challenges have not, in the past, hindered elections from holding eventually. Yeah, this time around, I think the only difference I see is the rate at which INEC facilities are being attacked. As of December 2022, we had 7 attacks in 5 states within 4 weeks, which is quite huge. There was an attack in Osun, Ogun, Imo, and another 2 states. So you just look at it. If an INEC official, in quotes, is talking about insecurity, I guess they're also looking at things from the perspective of their facilities as well as members of staff. And we have also...
The one that happened in Ogun State,
yes,
they lost like close to 60,000 beavers machines.
Now, their personnel are even killed in certain instances. So when the look at things like that. Or what happens, for example, if maybe when materials have been deposited in some places, key materials, and like machines, for example, and there is an attack, maybe 2 days before election, and that happens in many places at the same time. That's a major problem. So when INEC is talking about insecurity that may affect election, I guess that is the perspective the commission is talking from. But the good news again is that you see, you remember Anambra election. You remember all the insecurity, all the challenges, and all of that.
INEC official ran away with shit.
You see, we were all afraid. I know we discussed that issue here, and we thought, would this election hold and all of that?
I was in Anambra, I was on ground, and
the election held. It held, and it turned out to even be one of the most peaceful elections.
Turned out very
It turned out
low.
well. Yeah, so though the turnout could be low, but at least there was no. We didn't really record cases of
40% or so.
40%? Where?
In Anambra.
No.
Or 15.
Ah,
So, but the problem with this is that, you see, you keep people away from exercising their franchise, which is very bad. But I do not think that anybody will have any valid reason to say that this election should not hold. It is that won't be no.
It's constitutional.
We must hold this
even the Electoral Act. Yes.
So we cannot claim insecurity not to hold the election. Whatever should be done to curb the level of insecurity in places where we have these issues, I think we should. We still have about how many days to election?
47 days or
40-something days to
44.
election. 44. A lot can still be done security-wise, and I think we should rather concentrate on how to curb any form of insecurity in the key areas that are challenging than just thinking about election not holding.
Emeka, some people will say this is not the regular off-season election, that this is a general election. So we don't have the luxury of deploying 30,000 policemen to one state. That these people that are going to be going, police will go into collaboration with the military and some other security agencies, and together they might be stretched for 200 million people or 93 million people that will participate in that exercise.
Yeah, well, the IG has said that 10,000 newly recruited policemen will be added to the number on ground. And, well, we just hope that the government and security agency and INEC will be able to work things out. Because even as the minister said, the elections...
Let me quickly take another Michael from Lagos. Thank you for staying with us. Michael.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Hello? Okay,
Yes.
I'm Ayo. I greet everyone there, Mr.
Good evening,
Emeka
Michael.
and Mrs. Deji.
Good evening.
I want to contribute, and I also want to ask, is it, do we do wrong in being a Nigerian? Is there anything wrong for us to be a Nigerian? Because we have suffered so much in this country. For almost 7 years now, we have suffered so much. That is at times when people are talking about these bandits. I saw a man in the internet last week telling the people that they should vote for who will not destroy the bandits. And the one is still going around in this country. Nobody is talking about that. Secondly,
Michael.
Well, that's what, what he's talking about is that just beyond fighting bandits, there are conflict entrepreneurs who are making capital out of the insecurity. Why isn't government dealing with such people? Yeah. So even as the minister said, the elections will go ahead. He also now quickly added that INEC is working with security agencies to ensure that things. So if there is any reason at the end of the day for the election to be postponed, he has, in a very tactful way, pushed the ball back to INEC that it has nothing to do with government. Remember President Goodluck Jonathan then, the morning of the election, where he was already on ground, and the election was postponed. So I think
that's to do with logistics.
Yeah, that is it. Now this is another type of logistics. Logistics to deal with insecurity. So I hope we can find a way around it. Because the Electoral Act says even if the elections are postponed, they must still be held.
So,
and
like it is sacrosanct.
It is sacrosanct. Elections must hold, and I think this election will also hold. I am confident that it's going to hold. I know that everything is being done to ensure that it holds, because it's in the interest of everyone that the election holds. So I don't see any reason why it is not going to hold. I guess, like I said earlier on, and talk about off-season election, this is even better. We won't need 300,000 policemen because everybody will be busy. All the politicians, they are the ones behind violence. They will be busy in their ward, local government. They want to also ensure that nothing goes wrong. So we won't need as many as 300,000 to be in one state for us to have a successful election. At least INEC chairman said that. Right. And I believe that we are good.
Okay.